Okay, as I said in the end of the previous tutorial, I'm going to put in a breakbeat kind of snare, just to liven things up. So I've just dropped one of my bespoke breakbeat snares into Simpler, and let's see if we can get a pattern in. So that's not too bad. I'm just going to put Logic's C groove on by selecting all and then just commit. Cool. And I'm just going to have a look at the actual breakbeat snare itself. Might just take the end off. Tighten it up a little bit. Yeah, I think that's a bit better. I just want that to sit in the actual groove, so I'm just going to put a little bit of reverb on there. That's all right. I'll just name that break snare. And I'll just give that a little compression with Ableton's glue compressor that I've been using on the full drums parallel. So I've just put a little bit of compression on that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make that a little bit edgier, and I'm going to do this with some of the other drums as well, with the saturator, Ableton saturator. And the preset I kind of always go to is a bit warmer. So if I just put that before the compressor, it'll turn it up, but it'll give it a little bit of drive. And I'm going to put that same effect, I'll try that on the hats and claps, so give them a rougher edge. It'll turn them up, so I just need to rebalance. I'm just going to check that everything's grooving right. Something's just troubling me a little bit. Might just be the placement of one of the breakbeat snares, so I'm just going to double check that. Always good to get your grooves bouncing off each other and tight. I think it could be that, so I'm just going to move this a little bit. Try it the other way. I think that's better for me. The other one just sounded a little bit too loose, so all I need to do is just select that and just Apple D, and then Apple J. Always good to know the old shortcuts. It just saves so much workflow time. And just colour that red. And I'm going to also put in some 808 16s hats as well. And I'll just go up to the 808 kit that I created. Standard 808 kit, and I'll just do it over the one bar for now. So I'm just going to put some 16s in. Yeah, let's copy that across, and put Logic's groove on there. So I just Apple A, select all, and select the Logic C groove, and you can hear the swing instantly coming on. Yeah, that's good. And I'm just going to make that into a 4-bar pattern. Same again. I'm going to put some bit warmer on it and take a little bit of bottom end off with the EQ. And just to give it a little human feel or randomness, I'm just going to change some of the velocities so it's not just full on. I think there's a danger sometimes of getting really stiff grooves because everything's just the same velocity, same volume. I think that's a little bit better. I'm also going to sidechain these as well, and I'll create a sidechain in a minute. Oh, that's my 808 done. And I've got some crashes that I've cherry picked. That's one of them. And I'm just going to drop that on there, and I'm going to reverse that as well, which is really easy in Ableton. Just press reverse and put that to the beginning of the bar. And what I like to do with the crashes is I like to use a ping pong effect on them, so they just have a little bit of afters once they hit. So I'll just put the ping pong on. I think Ableton's got one of the best ping pong effects of any DAW that I've used, to be honest, in my opinion. So I'll drop that on there, and we'll just wind the feedback back a little bit and the delay. Just have a listen to that. So I'm just going to take a little bit of the top of the reverb off with the EQ filter, and we'll drop an EQ8 on there as well. And just take a little bit of bottom off. It's just unwanted frequency. That's not too bad. Okay, and what we can do is just thinking about the going back to the 808 hats again, we can try some of the auto pan. One that I like to go for in Ableton is around the head. So if we just put that on the 808 closed 16s hats, you can hear them going side to side, and you can take the amount down. And what that's going to do is going to give the illusion of a bigger mix, because your ear is going to be attracted to the things happening in the sides of the mix. That sounds pretty good. And we'll just get a glue compressor on that. Drums parallel, I'll go for the same compression. So we'll punch it, well, compressing about 5 dB, so we'll just make it up about 5 dB. A little bit of reverb. Okay. Let's have a listen to what we've got. And then obviously we've got a reverse to hand as well. Let's get up to the bar. I'm going to colour that red, and let's do that one in a different colour so we know that it is actually a reverse. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is create a side chain out of this kick so we can get the drums pumping even more. And the easiest way I've found to do for myself is just to freeze the track. So basically Ableton's going to freeze that as though it's an audio track, create a blank audio track and just drop that down, and a presto, you have an audio version of the kick. So let's unfreeze that, and I'm going to colour that white and call it sidechain kick, and the same on here. And then we're going to drag that up to the top and start putting some sidechain on our drums, which will definitely make them pump a lot better. Put up there. And obviously with sidechain kick, let's get rid of that unwanted track. With sidechain kick, you don't want to hear the actual kick itself. You just want that to be triggering the compression that you're going to put on your various drums. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to group these together, and we can also put some other compression on as a group. So I'm going to group those together. I'm just going to press Apple G, and these are going to be the rest of my drums. I've left the kick separately. And on that now, I can drop a straight up compressor. And it's really easy to put sidechain on the drums. You just open this little tab here, apply the sidechain. It's saying, where do I want it from? Well, I want it from the sidechain kick that I just created. And as soon as I start playing, you can see it will be pumping, and then you can drop the threshold and apply it. That's radical. So yeah, that's not bad. Gives it a little pump. So we've got our drums. I think it needs something else just to dirty it up. So in the next tutorial, we'll do the finishing touches and mix the drums down against another track, and then we'll go on to the bass line.